Well, hi there. Today I thought we could make some samosas. It's lunchtime and I'm hungry, so we're going to start with a onion. So I know that there's lots of different types of samosas, and this probably won't be the most authentic of samosas, but it is going to be quick and easy. And don't we love quick and easy when we're trying to eat healthy? So I reckon we're only going to need half an onion for this one. So this is going to be a vegan meat samosa, and I'm going to use TVP. So I know TVP is, well, it's textured vegetable protein for those of you who are new to the product. And I know that TVP, oh, my microphone's gone down. Have you been hearing me? I'm so sorry if you haven't. Let's put that there. All right, let's get that sorted. All right, so TVP is defatted soy product, and it is slightly processed, slightly more processed than tofu. So if you're on a whole food plant-based diet, you might rule it out altogether, or you might consider it a sometimes food. I consider it a sometimes food, and so that's what we're going with. If you really don't want to use TVP, you can actually substitute crumbled tofu for the TVP. It's also better if you crumble it, put it on a tray, chuck it in the oven for 15 minutes, and that will crisp it up and give you a better texture. So that's all good, actually. So let's get started on the TVP. So I am using this brand. It's a product of Iran, so I can't read the writing on that. But this one, I don't know if you can see, just got the right consistency for what I like. So I'm going in, I reckon, with about, what do you reckon that is? About half a cup. And now we want to flavour this in the meatiest possible way that we can. So I like to use a product we have in Australia called Mighty Mite. This is like Vegemite, if you've heard of that, but it is gluten-free and it's just a slightly different texture. I think it's also a little bit sweeter. So I'm going to take a big old chunk of that because it is delicious. I'm using my fingers. One, they're clean, and two, I'm the only one eating this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat the TVP in this first, because the TVP sucks up everything that you put into it. So if I put water in first, it'll mostly get water inside of it. But if I start with the most flavorful thing first, then it's going to absorb more of that flavor. So if you can see, that's what it looks like. It's a bit tricky and you've seen it going everywhere. I'm going to get myself some tomato paste, because I think tomato paste, again, it's not anywhere near a traditional kind of ingredient for a samosa, but it just, I don't know, it just works. Admit it if you don't want to. All right, so that's gone in. Next, I have some Muscle chicken style stock powder. So it's chicken style. Don't hate me, it is actually vegan. So let's go in with about a teaspoon of that. Next, a wee bit of salt. And I might leave the curry paste for a minute until I've hydrated it, just in case I have to tip some water out. So I have some water here. And I'm just putting the smallest amount of water in. So my goal with rehydrating TVP, some people chuck a lot of water in and then they squeeze that excess water out. But I don't want to lose any of that good flavour that I put in with the Mighty Mite. So my goal is just to get enough moisture in there to get it to the desired consistency. All right, can you see what's happening there? There's still a little bit of water pooling on the bottom. and that will quickly absorb up. The other thing I've also put in here sometimes is some rehydrated shiitake mushrooms. That's also good, but wasn't feeling that today. Do you know what would be good? Some pepper. Let's see if my microphone cord will let me go to the pepper. Pepper, where are you? All right, I know I've got one open, but I can't find it. I didn't want to keep you guys waiting. I was looking for you there. Okay. All right, so I don't think we're going to need much more water than that, but I'm going to just add a wee smidge more. And we're going to rest that over on the side. In the meantime, I'm going to, actually no, I'm going to fry up the curry paste. So let me just have another quick crack at these onions, get them really nice and small. Okay. I think we're probably good to go. Let's head on over to the stove. Now, you guys would already know if you've watched any of my channel before, I don't use oil to cook with if I can help it. Unless it's absolutely going to increase the flavour. So in this case, we're not going to need it. What we're going to do to start is just give those onions a little bit of a dry saute. This is a non-stick pan, so that makes that super easy. But I will have my water handy in case I need to lift anything off the bottom of the stove. Right, let's crank it up. Let's get this. I'm hungry. All right, let's give that a sec to work. While that's cooking, I'm just going to keep giving this a bit of a stir and just see if it needs any more liquid at any point. I reckon we could just put a little bit more liquid in. So we're just putting in about that much at a time and waiting for that to incorporate. And you want to end up with the kind of consistency of mince at the end, obviously. My onions are starting to sizzle a wee bit, so let's whiz them around. While I'm waiting for that, I might just get out some peas because I like peas in my meat samosas. So the peas and the TVP together, I'm going to make this a pretty high protein meal. Got to be happy with that. All right, tiny bit of water. Loosen anything off the bottom of that pan. What we don't want to do is have a wet pan when we start to fry up the spices. So that's going to be the last bit of water that I let evaporate before I go in with the TVP, which I'm just going to check on again. Yeah, see, that's not absorbing too much more of that liquid, which tells me it's hydrated just right. I'll try a bit. Still got a bit of crunch in it actually. Maybe a bit more. Maybe a wee bit more. Oh, it tastes good though. Alright, can you see the consistency I've got going there? Hopefully that'll all evaporate up. So TVP can have a bit of a taste. I've heard that some people kind of put it in a sieve and make sure they get all the dust out first. I tend to only use it in dishes that are very spicy anyway, so it doesn't overpower it anyway, so it's all good. Alright, so now we have a dry pan again. I've moved all the onion to the side and I'm just going to fry off this curry powder. But I've got some water to lift it off as soon as it starts to make me want to cough, because I don't want to burn it. In fact, I'm going to turn it down so that doesn't happen. There you go. All right, little bit of water. Excellent. Nice. All right. I'm going to go in with my meat mixture. And again, I'm going to turn up again because I'm hungry and I can't wait. I'm going to give that a few minutes to fry. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Just going to add a couple of extra little flavours here. So in with a wee bit of garlic powder, because quite frankly I put that in everything. Don't know about you guys. And some molasses. So the kind of metallic tasting molasses somehow mimics the meaty kind of taste. I don't know how it works, but it does, trust me. And to balance out the flavours, I'm going to actually put some sweet in there. So my favourite sweetener at the moment is rice malt. Just takes a little while to get out though. It's actually taking so long I might need a bit of water in the meantime. Thank God that we've got two arms, eh? Alright, that's good. Alright. Sauteing probably now for about 5 minutes. Let's go in with a cup of frozen peas. I don't know about you, but my mouth is starting to water just looking at that. Now I want the mix to be fairly dry inside my samosa, so I don't want to over water the pan, but I do want to give it another few minutes of cooking time. I'm just going to adjust the spices if it needs it. So a little bit of a taste test. That curry paste was quite salty. I maybe didn't even need the salt. And of course, everyone's curry powder has a different potency. So in my recipe, if I say a teaspoon, I hope you know to adjust that to how you like it. I actually think a bit of smoked paprika might be good in this too. So let's do that. Alright, it's looking good. Have a look at that. See that consistency? Now, what I want to do is I want to keep as much moisture in that as possible. So I'm going to put my lid on and I'll turn it off. Okay. That's had a while to sit and just be in its own juices for a little while. I probably should have let that cool down a bit more, but let's see how it goes. Can you see me, or do I need to pop down? All right, rice paper roll. Now, sorry, rice paper. Now, the directions will recommend that you soak this in warm water for a bit. I don't worry about that. I just get a running tap, rinse it around a little bit and make sure I capture some of those drips on my board. So it's still quite hard, but those drips that it's sitting in should hopefully soften up. Now that's going to give me a bit of a time to play. So I'm going to pop, there's a couple of ways to make these. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways. So kind of, maybe that's a bit much. The things that happen when you're hungry, hey? So I've put it a bit of a triangle. Now, That is going to need a wee bit more moisture. Okay, so I'm going to fold it in half and pinch down. And then I'm going to get it into thirds, roll it over, and roll it over again. And then we're just going to seal it up. Now, in order to seal, it needs to be nice and pliable. So there we go. So there's your beautiful triangle shape thing. So I've got here my air fryer sheet, and how cool is this? It's just a little reusable thing that it sits on, allows the air to get in on underneath, so further reduces the need for any oil. All right, let me show you one different technique. Same thing with the rice paper. Under the water. Make sure you capture some of the water for it to sit in. This time we are going to go smack in the middle. And I am going to add, this might be weird, I don't know if you think, but I'm going to add in some currants, because I think that pop of sweetness is actually going to be really nice. All right, a little bit more water around the outsides. So tactile and delicious. More. If I wasn't rushing, hopefully that's out of shot for you. If I wasn't rushing, I wouldn't need to do this, but. All right, now, what we're going to do is going to pick it up in 4 corners. You see what I'm doing? Not very well. All right, so not going as good at, hey, change of heart. Let's do it like a money bag. Oh my gosh, I'm going to try this with Choy Bow mixture. If you haven't tried my Choy Bow recipe, I'll leave a link in the display. But that would be so good as a money bag. Love it. All right, so that is cute. Not what I was expecting. So I'm going to keep going with the rest of these, and then I'm going to pop them into the oven. Remember, it's all cooked, we're just getting it crispy. So for my air fryer, I reckon I'm going to do it at about 180 for, I'm going to start with 10 minutes and then I'm going to check it every 2 minutes. I will turn it over, although with this particular sheet you don't need to, but you know, just get it to the desired crispiness, and I will see you after that's all done and we'll do a bit of a taste test. See you soon. Actually, I just had an idea. Remember I said it was quite spicy because that curry was hot. I'm going to do one that I reckon the kids would be okay eating, or anyone who isn't so good at, so good with the hot stuff. So I'm just going to take a potato and I'm going to throw that into my mix and make a mess, apparently. That's going to make my mix go further, but it's also going to make some milder one. And let's add the rest of the currants in as well. And look at that, got another one. All right, let's get that cooking. Sorry, my cord is all tied up. All right, this one, let's shove her in like that. Oh, lots in there. Roll it over. Let's go get my middle. I'm getting a bit messy here, aren't I? But can you see what I did? I wanted to kind of get it up into my hand. And then pop it in this way. This is not going well. This particular brand, I've changed brands and it's not as good. I don't know how that one will turn out. Let's try again. Should we do another money bag? Nah, let's try and get this right. Okay. In half. Let's pick her up. And we're going to fold it over. And we're going to fold it over again. Now, there is not nearly enough water in this baby. So I'm just going to pour a little bit down there to make sure that seals up. All the seals. All the good things. All the good things. How am I doing? I reckon I can even fit some more in this one. Make it a big fat one. Oh yeah. I don't mind a little bit of mess in the kitchen. It's all good. Right, this time I'm going to just make sure my edges, I'm going to tuck my edges in first. This one might be a little bit like a pyramid. Oh, I'm having so much fun creating shapes. All right, I'm just going to sit that like that so that make sure that seals. Oh, that's pretty good. Love it. How's that? Okay, let's pop that on a tray. All right, into the oven. Okay, so my samosas are in the oven and they've been about 5 minutes, so I've quickly done some of the dishes, so excuse the mess. But I just thought I'd share something with you. I have always wanted to have my own cooking show. So when I used to be preparing food for my family, it's a bit embarrassing, a bit cringy, but I used to, in my mind, say out loud what I was doing as if I was in a cooking show. And I never thought it would actually be possible, that it could be a dream that could come true. And now with YouTube, it is going to come true, but I'm still growing and I need you guys to support me, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support, guys. And hopefully I will keep bringing you some killer recipes that not only taste good, but are going to support you on your weight loss journey or support you on your journey to better health, because I'm a big believer in food as medicine. So let's do this together. Okay, so these turned out pretty good, don't you think? Can you hear that? Yep, pretty yummy. Just gonna dip that in some sweet chili sauce. This is the one with the potato. It's so delicious. Oh, put that there. Let's see what this one is. Dipping that in my sauce. Can you see that? Can you see inside there? So, not only are these vegan, they're also gluten-free and delicious. So, highly recommend that you give these a go. I can't work out which one's my favourite. So these days, there's more and more people becoming vegan. So maybe you're not a vegan and that's not important to you. But I can guarantee over the next few years, more and more people will be choosing to have meat-free days. So I want to help you get as many recipes in your arsenal as you possibly can. So as always, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to my channel, help me to grow, help this old duck who has always wanted to have a cooking show finally realize her dream. That lets YouTube know to put it in front of more people. I would really, really appreciate that. So thanks in advance. Love you all. Bye.